episode of Track Rat's Garage. I'm Jackson, but you can call me Jack Rat. And on today's episode, I know there might be two things that are concerning you right away. And one is that I haven't posted in a while. And you know, that's because, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, I'm very busy with work, as well as I had a week-long family vacation that I, just couldn't make content. We were out of town. And the second concerning thing is that I'm wearing a Miami Heat jersey, but don't worry, it's not a LeBron James jersey. I've had this jersey forever, since the Dwayne Wade Shaq Championship, and it's a Dwayne Wade jersey. But anyway, on today's episode, I finally introduce you guys to the car that I purchased a little while ago to replace Project Super Scoob. So as I mentioned with my last episode about Project Super Scoob, and when I found out that the car was going to be totaled and not salvageable, I mentioned that for my next car, I wanted it to be along the same lines. I wanted it to be reliable, I wanted it to be fast, relatively inexpensive, relatively good on gas. I wanted around 18, 19 miles a gallon, because it is going to be a daily. Something with options. I hopefully wanted it to be turbocharged, and I hopefully wanted it to be a smaller displacement, a 4-cylinder, maybe a 5-cylinder, maybe even a 6. And so in the end, my choices were down to the obvious Evo, because I told myself, if you watched that episode or remember that episode, that I was not going to choose another Subaru because of the cost of ownership, as well as the amount of problems that I've had with my Subarus in the past. So it was down to the obvious Evo, Dodge Neon SRT-4, Mazdaspeed 6, Volvo S60R or 850Rs, a whole host of hot hatchbacks, which I wasn't really considering that much, but I was keeping my mind open, like a GTI, a Ford Focus ST, a Fiesta ST, Mazdaspeed 3, and then there was the standard line of all the other sporty cars that I was looking through. I probably pawed through about 150 different postings online and ended up looking at 5 or 6 cars, different cars, before making my choice. Now, as I'm sure that was obvious by the last intro video where you saw me in the front of this car, I hate to break it to you already, but no, I did not buy an Evo. I do not have the money nor the want for an Evo, believe it or not. I want something that has options, something that has a lot of comfort built into it, because I do a lot of road trips. I'm from San Francisco. I go back there, at least I try to, once or twice a year, so I need to be able to sit in the car for 700 miles at a time. And as you can see, I have the sunroof, I have the leather interior, I do have heated seats, and I'm sure that if anyone who's watching this video is familiar with the car that I bought, that they already know which one that I chose. So, I don't think there's any need to hold this off any longer. Guys, welcome to the new project. So yes, I have bought a Mazdaspeed 6, and there are many reasons why I've gone with this car over all the competition. and I'll go over all of those with you in the full car review I'm going to put out after this video. But I think that this would be a good chance to talk about what I want this project to be, because we're going to be building this car on the channel as well. I'm going to keep it just like I was doing with Project Super Scoop, where my idea is to make just the ultimate daily driver. I'm not going to turn this into a track car, or rally car, or whatever. This is going to be a simple, reliable daily driver. It's going to be a fast daily driver that's a lot of fun, but that's going to be it. Now, my original project with Project Super Scoop was just that. It was just a daily driver, build a daily driver. I didn't have a specific budget in mind, a specific purpose other than to make it fast and fun. But this time, I think I do have a point. Because all of the cars that I looked at, except for the Neon and the S60R, were really expensive. I mean, especially for someone like me, just out of college, just starting with my company about a year ago, liking it a lot, gonna move forward, but still in my career in its infancy. But Evos, as everyone knows, are becoming such hot commodities. They're entering Supra territory of price. I have a good friend of mine, a customer through work. He just picked himself up a 100,000-mile Evo 8 bone stock, and he paid $28,000 for it. That, of course, is a price in the Pacific Northwest where these turbocharged four-wheel drive cars go for a premium. But still, that in my mind is absolutely ridiculous. And you're looking at, if you look at the Subarus, 100,000-mile bone stock WRX from this year, from 2006, is still going to run you 14, 15 grand. An STI is going to run you north of 20 for a car with 100,000 miles and many fewer options than this car does have. Now, this car I paid $8,800 for with 80,000 miles on it, and it is perfect. One owner, 23 service history, a 23 service history from the one owner, and all but one of the services were at the same Mazda dealer. This is one of the cleanest examples of these cars I've seen, and I've been looking at these for 3 or 4 years now. Now again, I'm not going to get too deep into the car's technical specs and stuff like that until I do the full car review. No, we gotta wait here for a second. Everyone's trying to distract me. Everyone's trying to distract me today, whether it's a De Tomaso Pantera or Fire Trip. Anyway, so for this project, because of the price and the value that this car gives you, and how I honestly do believe that it is better than a WRX after only owning it for a few weeks. But that was weird. My goal is to find an online car ad, a classified ad for an STI from this same year with as close to these same miles and equipment on it. And for the price difference between this car and the STI, that will be my budget. So example, this car was $8,800, let's round it to $9,000. If I were to find a 2006 STI with all of my conditions for 15 grand, which I won't, but if I find a classified for one for 15 grand, that you take the $9,000 I paid for this, and I have a $6,000 budget to make this car better than an STI. So I think that's the basic idea I want to do for this build. So I've already done, before recording this video, I've done a little bit of preliminary searching on the internet. Looks like the STIs are going around $18,000, $19,000, $20,000, even for the cheapest ones that I can find, the cheapest ones. So it looks like we might be having upwards of a $10,000 budget over the next year or so to turn this thing into a awesome and perfect daily driver. But that's going to be the basic plan, guys. So we're going to be going through building this car. I'm going to set my budget. You'll know about that budget by the time I do the car review video. I should have all the information by then, and at the end of my full car review of this car, I will post what our budget is and what the exact rules of my build are going to be. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Again, if you enjoyed the video or any of my other videos, please like, rate, comment, subscribe, or hell, just keep on watching. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.